Hi everyone, it's Zach here. Time to make another video for you guys. It's been a long time since I made a video, actually almost a year now. The last video I made was right after the first Vipassana course that I took, which was May 2016, last year. And this is my first video since then. That video was my first one in almost a year also. So I haven't been making too many videos, but I'm pretty excited to share with you guys what I'm up to now. So just going to do a little summary of the time since the last video until now, and what I'm doing next, and the new chapter. So after that Vipassana course, you can remember if you watched the video that I felt really good in my body. It had some really good effects on me. I felt really comfortable, and I was amazed at the practice and what you can get from it. And I was pretty convinced on taking more courses, possibly a few or several courses, and maybe building my life around taking long courses often. But shortly after that video, I spent some time, a few weeks, couple months, traveling around the eastern US, a lot of Appalachia, and yeah, it was a great time. I spent time in South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and then back to Asheville again, North Carolina. Spent a good amount of time there. That's an awesome place, really beautiful. I highly recommend it for any of you guys to check it out someday. But then I went back to Wisconsin from Asheville in like a couple days. I drove back to Wisconsin, and I got there just before the 4th of July. It was like July 2nd, and I ended up staying there for just over 4 months until the middle of November. So it was a different experience going back home after being gone for pretty much a year, other than a short visit over the holidays the year before, or 6 months before. So I went back to Wisconsin, and I was there for 4 months, and one of the things I did there was another Vipassana course. There's a Vipassana center in Menominee, Wisconsin, and I took a course there. I scheduled it months in advance. I took a course, and then there was 3 days off, and then I served the next course. I forgot to say that too. I served a course in Georgia also. 2 or 3 weeks after that first course I sat and the video I made, I served a course there. And then I served, this time I took a course, and a few days later served a course in Wisconsin. And that's a really beautiful thing about Vipassana. I love that it's free and it's donation based, and that people volunteer serve to run the courses. It's really amazing. And I wanted to give back, and it was easier for me to do that than to pay money, because the lifestyle I had time and freedom, but not very much money. So I served those courses, and wow, the second course that I sat in Wisconsin was extremely difficult. It was actually it was more challenging than the first one. And I think part of it is that I went into it thinking like, oh, I've done this before. It's okay, I've done this before, I know what this is about, it's going to be easier. But no, it was harder. Basically, to summarize it, it was just harder for me to stay calm and not be on the verge of freaking out. There were a few days that were just really difficult. I remember it being 3, 6, and 9 of the second course. And I wasn't as able to sit as perfectly still with strong determination as I was in the first course. I mean, it was still beneficial and it was still good. But yeah, it was extremely difficult. And when I left the course, I was actually feeling like, I don't think I really want to do Vipassana anymore. And I was already signed up to volunteer serve a course in a few days, and I didn't want to back out of that. I wanted to finish that and do that, and I knew serving, it's still a challenge, which is good. It's still a challenge and still a growth opportunity, but you're only meditating 3 or 4 hours a day instead of 10. So I knew it was going to be doable and that I could do it, and I signed up for it and committed to it, and I didn't want to back out. So I went ahead and I served that course, and then by the end of serving that course, it was like my perception kind of shifted on Vipassana again to being really happy about it and excited about it, and like thinking about doing more, which is kind of weird because just a few days before that is not what I was thinking. But yeah, after the course, I was just in Wisconsin still. This time it was late August when I finished serving the course. And then I spent the weekend with my mom, and then a few days with my dad, and then I went to Milwaukee and visited some family there. And I would say during that time, in about 2 weeks after the course I finished serving, I had decided what my new plan was, and this is what I'm really excited about. But my new plan and my mission is moving to St. Petersburg, Florida, and becoming the strongest version of myself. And I'm taking that motto from Elliot Hulse. He's one of my big mentors, an awesome guy. And actually, the shirt I'm wearing I got from an event he hosted that I went to just over a year ago. You can see that, the Grow Stronger Experience. I got that shirt at an Osho Dynamic Meditation Camp that was hosted by Elliot in early April of last year, just over a year ago from now. And that was about a month before the first Vipassana course I took in my last video. But shortly after the course, the Dynamic Meditation Camp, I also purchased Elliot's book, and I've been watching his videos for years, but I read his book and I just got extremely motivated, and I was just like, you know, so much of this journey has been about figuring out my problems and healing myself and fixing myself. I've got these pains and injuries and imbalances, and I feel like stuck in this kind of crippled body. But reading that book, it was just like, wow, I just got this new determination to want to live in one place and to apply it fully, and that I could turn my life around, and I could fix myself, and I could become strong and fast and athletic and explosive and be living a healthy, thriving life. Yeah, so at that point, I was starting to lean heavily towards living in one place and following his approach and techniques again. But then shortly after that was also when I did these Vipassana courses, and then I was thinking about that. But in the end, I decided I wanted to sort of, I guess in a way, I wanted to like go back to the world, go back to the real world, like of money and roots and a job and goals and a mission and all of these things, instead of just kind of freestyle traveling around doing meditation retreats. I guess I just feel like I can always do the meditation retreats and these sorts of things in the future when I'm older. But right now I'm 27, and I'm like in the prime age for physical capabilities, and I want to experience a fully functioning, strong, healthy, able body. I want that more than anything, and I have decided that I'm going to do it, and that's what my life is about now, is about obtaining that and working towards that. And my other sort of long-term goals are just in general to become a master of the body, possibly go to massage school, possibly become some sort of bodywork therapist. I feel like these are tools that I will use in my journey to heal myself. And basically, where I see myself in the future is just this process, this journey of healing myself and then helping other people do the same, because I just know that I'm not the only one struggling through these issues. So yeah, I'm going to heal myself, become the strongest version of myself, and then empower, inspire, and help other people to do the same. And I am now living in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I'm here because Elliot is here and his gym is here, Strength Camp, and I'm really excited about that. I actually went, so I've been here for almost 3 months. I've been in the city almost 3 months now, and a few weeks after I got here, I actually went to the gym and I did a 2-week free membership with their group classes. And going into it, I really didn't feel prepared and ready for that. I felt like I needed more personal one-on-one training, someone who could assess and analyze my posture and my imbalances and give me corrective things unique to me that I need for my body. Because yeah, I got too many problems, I feel like, to do a group class. But they had the 2-week free membership for group classes, and they talked me into it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it, I'll do it. And it was going pretty well. It felt really good to be working out. I was working out hard. I was working out till failure, till I couldn't go anymore, and I haven't exerted myself like that really in years. And it was like really awesome and intense. I was being careful about some issues that I know I have in my body, particularly my left shoulder. But overall it was going pretty well. I definitely had some things that were like kind of hurting, but I was feeling really good after a few days. But then the third class that I did, I went 3 days in a row, and the third class was a sprinting and agility class. And one of my other problems has to do with from my right hip and low back, really all down my right leg. There's just like a weakness and a tightness in that leg, and then a lot of pain in the heel of that leg. And I've had this issue for a couple of years. I don't experience too much discomfort from it if I'm not really being active. But the third class was a sprinting and agility class, and it really, really aggravated my right heel to the point that I was limping pretty severely for 4 or 5 days. I could barely walk. I was actually scared that I could rip my Achilles tendon. I ended up, once I went to a couple more classes that were upper body stuff, just from the guys, from the trainers at Strength Camp for my leg and heel. But once the 2 weeks membership was up, I did not continue it and pay for it and continue it. And that's just the point that I'm at right now. I've determined that right now, at this moment, I'm not ready for it, but I will be. I moved here for that gym, and I will go there. And yeah, I'm excited. So that's why I picked St. Petersburg, Florida. Also, I was here in St. Petersburg just after that Elliot Hulse workshop last year in Florida, and it's a beautiful city, a beautiful area. When I was here, it was the first city in my travels that I was at, and I was like, wow, I think I'm gonna live here one day. That was when I first started to think of it. And then with the Vipassana, I started to think about building my life around that. But in the end, I'm choosing this. I'm choosing St. Petersburg, Florida, kind of going back to the world in a way. I guess maybe less spiritual sort of journey, more like a little bit more outwardly and of the world kind of journey. But that's where I'm at now, and I'm really excited about it. And St. Petersburg is a beautiful area, this whole Tampa Bay area, but St. Petersburg and the beaches here are just awesome and amazing. And I did have a couple of other areas in mind of where I might want to live when I was thinking about where to move. But like one of those was Asheville, my number 2 choice. I almost went there. But in the end, Strength Camp is here in St. Pete, and the weather is perfect in winter, just amazing. It's beautiful. And I wanted to try something different and opposite from what I'm used to in Wisconsin. Something warm winters, perfect winters, and really hot summers. It just sounds fun to flip it and try something new and different. And today is April 26th, and it's starting to get warm. It's going to get a lot hotter, but today was probably like 88 or so. We've had several days like that now. But I'm excited. I like it. I love being able to go outside in shorts and a t-shirt every single day. And it's really amazing. So that's it. That's what I've decided. That's my plan. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I'll give some more updates on what I'm doing. I'm gonna start making videos. I'm going to commit right now to a video per week. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've got several ideas for videos that I want to make, more detail about just my journey of St. Pete till now, from the time I made the decision to move here until now, and what that's all involved exactly. Because it's already to this point, it's been a journey and a little bit of a struggle and some challenges. But every day I just push on forward with the final goals in mind, and it's all coming together beautifully. So I'll make another video about that soon. And after this video, I'm gonna put a little after I'm done with this little video of me talking, I'm gonna show the beautiful area that I'm living right now. I'll show you guys that soon. Bye.